This is the dollar that you got to sell Nnamdi Kanu. Onyara Ulushi people. You sell Nnamdi Kanu Ulushi because of dollar. Omo Igbo, you don't sell Nnamdi Kanu. Olori Buruku, you sell Nnamdi Kanu. Onida Fonyi. Selling Nnamdi Kanu to Fulani man. Ulushi. They don't know where Nnamdi Kanu was missing. They don't know where Nnamdi Kanu is. We were all looking for him. Imagine their leader was missing. They don't know where it is. Olori Buruku can they say, me will not work with Simon Ekpa. Ulushi people. Onyara. 8 days Nnamdi Kanu. Imagine I cannot speak to Igbowo for 8 days. Ara mi ò dẹ̀ bù pé kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀? Ulushi people sold Nnamdi Kanu because of this. Abi, Ulushi people sit down there, they watch me, they complain, say, we dey work for Simon Ekpa. Only that for you. Ulushi people. Onye beribe. If you abuse me, I'll abuse you to our back. Ulushi people. So imagine a leader of indigenous people fighting for the lives of the millions of Biafra. Nobody knows this, where he was. You can't get him on the phone and activate a red alert. Imagine I can't get Igbowo now. I will activate. I know what I can do. Shut up. They say shut up. You can't do anything before. Mumu. Only few of us knew what went on when Igbowo was stopped in Benin Republic. Ulushi. How many of you know? Only few of us knew. And thank God to that man. I'm talking about Baba Ketoye. The moment he got that call, he started activation. That is what is called leaders. The federal government sent straight away an helicopter to pick up Igbowo from Benin Republic. Ulushi people. You don't do anything. We don't know where you are. You set up Igbowo. Weary people.
And there were very British restrictions because they weren't using pounds. And they created this rules-free, regulation-free space.
Good leader, Professor Banja Akintoye. Activate, let's say. Talk about wala ti ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Benin Airport.
Which they needed a term for, a legal term, and there is an existing legal term for a regulation.
Hey, Christopher Inwafo, how you doing now? My brothers and sisters from the Biafra side. If they allow, make the releasing them the Kanu, make the give una Biafra. They don't like you now. Make them allow us to go. We don't like it. Okay, even if we don't like each other, let everybody go their separate ways. And if I like, I go east. I'll go sit down there. But some Yoruba people, they complain, say, we they do alliance with Igbo people. No mind them. No mind those Yoruba people. Those one are the one where they follow politicians, but they deceive us, say they be Yoruba people. Koiki, don't follow Biafra people. They don't trust their own family. Yoruba people, they don't trust their family. They go to talk, say, me will not do anything with the Biafra. No mind them. Me and Simon Ekpa, na 5 and 6 we did. Anything where Simon Ekpa tell you, na make una dey listen. And anything where I won't listen to from doors, make una listen. We get people who don't listen to us as well. They know they listen to our leader. You know, as Igbowo they talk, they know they listen to Igbowo. Mukinja Reyami Temi, my beautiful, sweet sister. I remember during the rally, she came to me and said, Mr. Koiki, this is Temi. So each time I see her, I can just picture that face. Efo Kombale. Yami comfort, I want to man here. Make everybody stick. Say the country will be one with Britain join together. Yami beauty amokwe. We have to go out of Nigeria because Nigeria has failed everybody from top to bottom. Now Nigeria. When they say a country is top to bottom, I'm trying to get my. You see, this is what I'm planning to do. So this is where my Instagram is. You can see it. So got pound sterling. Don't finish spending it. Nnamdi Kanu was sold out by some IPOB. And that's what the government was able to kidnap him, tortured him for 8 days. Buhari tried the same thing in 1986 or thereabout, or 80 something. No, not 86, because it was not lasting after that. About 1983, 84. Of a kidnap. Imagine a government already has that kind of thinking in the 80s. And they tried. It was done by some Israeli agents. And Umaru Diko was injected. But luckily, Umaru Diko, according to what we read, secretary is a white woman that saw it from the window and was like, wow, what is going on there? And that was how Umaru Diko survived not being taken back to Nigeria with an aircraft that was already tarmac here in the UK to return him back. Good morning, Akonji. So if anybody is thinking that whatever is happening today in Nigeria is new, no, there has been a lot of atrocities that has gone in that country called Nigeria for the last 60 years. Some atrocities we'll know when we have our own nation, because they will bury it, they will kill people for it, they will make sure that those information does not leak out. That is why they want to keep Nigeria as much as they look. The Kanu says at some point that the government has billions of dollars to spend to make sure that they keep Nigeria running. And it's not the government with their foreign counterpart, the Western power, the Western world. Because the more they can keep Nigeria, the more the secret of Nigeria can be kept hidden away from that. Umaru Diko survived it with a very, very small, narrow, it could have been cage. It was already cage anyway. But you know, when the aircraft stopped, there was already intelligence to the British police that there is probability that, Umaru Diko himself is not clean, don't get me wrong. They're all criminals. I think it was the Minister for Transportation, if I'm right, as at that time, before Buhari overthrown the civilian government of Shehu Shagari, if my recollection is right. So when people see Buhari now, dead or alive, you think he's a nice man, he's an agbada, he's a dictator. He actually overthrown a government in the 80s. And our people don't understand that the right that we are asking for now is the best option. Tinubu will be there 8 years. Atiku will be there 8 years. Peter B will be there 8 years. So what happened after 8 years? I will probably be going to about 50 something. So you want me to still there be struggling to even return back to Nigeria in another 8 years? You are mad. Because that's exactly what is going to happen. Look, when Tinubu gets there, it will be much more brutal than Buhari. Because he will want to be brutal to the Yoruba people and the Biafra. When Atiku gets there, he is going to become giving more access to the Fulanese. And Peter Obi is not going anywhere anyway. So those of you thinking that Peter Obi will be allowed to become, look, even let's use the word even, that we are not campaigning for self-determination. Do you really think that they will allow Peter Obi to become your president? Even if you all love to vote for him. It's just a question. I don't know. You that you are all campaigning obedient or obedient or whatever you're calling yourself. Do you literally think that this APC will give room and allow Peter Obi to become the president? Let's remove those campaigning for self-determination, because we are not part of all your dirty nonsense. So in your mind, you think that this government will allow Peter Obi to become, they're not even going to give PDP chance. They will not give Peter Obi. You are all joking. So Erope, you think APC will just allow a free and fair election and allow, I mean, I understand there's a lot of you that are following him and you are ready to vote for him within. So to you, in your mind, in Nigeria of today, the last ever free and fair election was in 1993. Anything they are doing now is just, I don't even know the word to use.
And we provide not just sort of money services, but the whole spectrum of become an aristocrat.
Umaru Diko was lucky. But those of you that sold Nnamdi Kanu, you will all pay for that. Everybody that knows anything around how Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped and renditioned back to Nigeria, you will pay. Your generation will pay for it because it was fighting the right cause. It's comfortable here in the UK. But you sold him out. Some of you IPOP. You sold him out to the government. You sold him out to the Fulanis, thinking that when Nnamdi Kanu becomes in the hand, he's now with them. They cannot even do anything to him. At least they've kidnapped him. He's in the custody of the DSS, but they're still scared to even, present him and bring him to the court. And he must not die in your custody. Nnamdi Kanu must not die in the custody of the federal government. You think this generation is about all these Onaize, all these idiot leaders that have failed everybody from the Biafra and our own Afenifere that have failed us talking about restructure Nigeria. Knowing fully well that the caliphate does not care about that word restructure. Who is going to restructure Nigeria? You think Tinubu is going to restructure Nigeria? You think Showore is going to restructure Nigeria? You think Kwankwaso will restructure Nigeria? You think Atiku will restructure Nigeria, or your Peter idiot Obi? Mumu people. You be all Mumu people. They try to save that name, Nigeria. The name that we should put in the trash quickly. And nobody should ever bear that word again. I am a Nigerian. But stupid Nigerians running up and down. I love my country so much. Shut up, you that you are in UK. You don't know what you're talking about, Mumu. Me that I have electricity. Me that whatever I say here, even if it's against the law, I will be taken to the court of law and we will square it out there. You don't have a rule of law in Nigeria. You don't have, they don't even have dignity for you not to talk about your dogs, not to talk about you or your parents that fought for Nigeria. Some of us, our parents worked tirelessly in the military as an administrator, as a clerical, as a secretary, as an engineer. They are all dying in their homes now without their pension being paid to them. So you think this generation is about all these buffoon, Afenifere, and on high. Hey, don't abuse leaders. I didn't call their names out. That don't have the balls to tell the caliphate that the end of Nigeria is now. We are not going. We will go and support Peter Obi because we don't like Tinubu. Tinubu failed us. So he doesn't listen. He doesn't listen. But it is the turn of the Igbo people. The Igbo people have not been. You think they will allow Igbo people to become president in Nigeria? Mumu people. Mumu idiotic people. You think that they will allow Peter Obi, an Igbo man? You think the Hausa love the Igbo people like that? Rather, they will destroy Nigeria in your face. And that's exactly what is about to play out. Two things is going to play out. Should we continue to want to keep Nigeria? There will be a coup, or as there's a lot of intel going on, that they will just wake up and say they can't have an election because of the uncertainty of the IPOP destroying INEC offices. Knowing fully well that is not the IPOP doing that, and some idiot will say, IPOP is the one destroying INEC offices. There's a lot of plans going on within the cycle of the military hierarchy in Nigeria today. They are worried that the Yorubas that are saying that we are going and we are going, if it's going to be war, let it be war. We will face it. Hey, Koiki, shut up. You don't know what war looks like. I am seeing war every day now on CNN and on the WION TV and on BBC and on Sky. War is actually going on in Ukraine and Russia. Stop if you're talking about. You don't know what war looks like. Stop calling for war. There's war that I'm now watching live on television. If I want to watch whatever happened now in Ukraine in the last 24, all I just have to do is go on Google now, go on YouTube, type in Ukraine, and I can, oh, more. So they don't bomb that place. Stupid people telling us that you don't know what war looks like. Stop calling for war. War that you are in already. I told you you need 4 of these every day of your life. 4 you need before you can solve. Not to buy data. You must have 4 of these, 500 naira, 2,000 every day, Monday to Friday for 365 days a year. That is what the United Nations says. And that is why today, 133 million of you are all in abject poverty. You think by selling out Nnamdi Kanu, it will just kill Biafra. But what you did not understand that the autopilot is still running. We don't know anything about autopilot. There's the DOS. Can you come up with DOS? What concerns me with DOS? We are autopilots. And I hope you have all got the date. Let me remind you the date that Simon gave us. So there's some date that has been out. Some Yoruba people say, if we come out for super rally, what about our business? Which business do they do? We the people. Which business? Which business do they do for Nigeria? No, which business are you all doing? Koiki, we are going to be having business shut down. What's going to happen? Which business do they do? Biafra on autopilot. Listen to all this day. Tell your loved ones, stock up the food. We are now going into a full mission. Mission impossible. This one, we will complete it. In our lifetime, we are not on high easy. We are not all those old men talking to you. You are talking to Fulani in a language that they don't understand. At the moment, according to United Nations, it is still one person that is fighting us, beating us. When it becomes 2 people fighting each other, they will intervene by fire, by force. You don't understand everything where they talk. I cannot use all my mouth talk. Because the thing with me at the talk here, and then they wait for. I'm not talking to you, Biafra. I don't know about you guys though. But our Yoruba people, they're there now. They're watching. Evil criminals.